Today we're talking about 3 common vegetables that might be silently damaging your joints after 60. Vegetables you probably eat every week, thinking they're good for you. Most seniors believe that joint pain and stiffness are just inevitable parts of aging, something we have to accept and live with. But what we're about to share comes from science, experience, and the deep wisdom of Barbara O'Neill, an internationally respected health educator and nutritionist who has dedicated her life to natural healing. She has spent decades teaching people how to use food as medicine, and what she discovered about certain vegetables and joint health might surprise you. These insights are backed by real science and real stories from people who transformed their joint health by making simple changes to what they eat. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which 3 vegetables to avoid, why they're causing problems, and most importantly, what delicious alternatives you can eat instead to actually heal and protect your joints. If you're over 60 and dealing with morning stiffness, aching knees, or joints that just don't move like they used to, you're not alone. But here's what most people don't realize. Some of the very foods we've been told are healthy might actually be making our joint pain worse. Certain vegetables contain natural compounds that can trigger inflammation in sensitive people, especially as we age. Your immune system can start overreacting to these compounds, creating the very inflammation that stiffens your joints and steals your mobility. But before we dive into which vegetables to avoid, let me give you one simple change you can make starting today that could reduce your joint inflammation within just 1 week. Here's your first golden rule. Start every morning with a glass of warm water mixed with 1 teaspoon of turmeric and a pinch of black pepper. This simple drink acts like a gentle, natural anti-inflammatory medication that's been used for thousands of years. The curcumin in turmeric is one of nature's most powerful inflammation fighters, and the black pepper helps your body absorb it up to 2,000% better. Margaret, a 72-year-old from Ohio, started this routine and noticed her morning stiffness was 50% better within 10 days. Mix this drink the night before, let it sit overnight, then warm it gently in the morning. Drink it 15 minutes before breakfast, and your joints will thank you all day long. The second most important thing you need to know is about nightshade vegetables. These include tomatoes, potatoes, peppers, and eggplant, foods that are staples in many senior diets. Nightshades contain natural compounds called glycoloids. These compounds evolve to protect the plant, but in sensitive people, they can trigger joint inflammation and pain. As we age, our digestive systems become less efficient at processing these compounds. Here's how to tell if nightshades are affecting you. Keep a simple food diary for 2 weeks. Write down what you eat and rate your joint pain on a scale of 1 to 10 each evening. Then eliminate all nightshades for 3 weeks. After 3 weeks, slowly reintroduce them one at a time and watch how your body responds. Robert, a 68-year-old retired teacher, discovered that bell peppers were his biggest trigger. When he stopped eating them, his knee pain dropped from an 8 to a 3 within a month. If you find nightshades are triggering your pain, try these alternatives. Instead of tomatoes, use beets or carrots for sweetness and color. Replace white potatoes with sweet potatoes or cauliflower. Swap bell peppers for cucumber, celery, or zucchini. Now, here's the most important discovery. Vegetables high in oxalates. Spinach, Swiss chard, and beet greens contain extremely high levels of oxalates. When you eat high oxalate foods regularly, these compounds can bind with calcium and form crystals. These crystals don't just cause kidney stones, they can also deposit in your joints, creating inflammation and pain that feels exactly like arthritis. The problem gets worse as we age because our kidneys become less efficient at filtering out these compounds. Eleanor, a 75-year-old grandmother, was eating spinach salads every day because her doctor told her to increase her iron intake. When she switched to lower oxalate greens like romaine lettuce, arugula, and cabbage, her pain decreased by 70% in just 6 weeks. The highest oxalate vegetables to limit include spinach, Swiss chard, beet greens, and rhubarb. Instead, choose low oxalate greens like romaine lettuce, butter lettuce, arugula, and fresh herbs. If you love spinach, eat it only once or twice a week instead of daily, and always pair it with calcium-rich foods like cheese or yogurt. Now, just type hope in the comments if you're ready to feel like yourself again. And if this resonates with you, if your heart says yes, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to join our gentle, growing community of lifelong learners. The third group is cruciferous vegetables, particularly when eaten raw in large quantities. This includes broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, and cabbage. These vegetables are incredibly nutritious, but raw cruciferous vegetables contain compounds called goitrogens, which can interfere with thyroid function if consumed in large amounts. Your thyroid controls inflammation throughout your body, including in your joints. The solution is simple: lightly steam, sauté, or roast these vegetables instead of eating them raw. Light cooking breaks down the goitrogens while preserving the beneficial nutrients. Steaming for just 3 to 5 minutes is perfect. Patricia, a 69-year-old from Colorado, was eating huge raw broccoli salads every day. When she started lightly steaming her vegetables, her energy returned and her joint pain decreased significantly. Why this happens as we age? Your digestive system changes as you age. You produce less stomach acid, so you don't break down foods as completely. Your intestinal lining becomes more permeable, and your kidneys become less efficient at filtering compounds like oxalates. This is why foods that never bothered you before might suddenly start causing problems. Your body isn't broken, it's just changed, and you need to adjust your approach accordingly. What to eat instead? Replace high oxalate spinach with romaine lettuce, butter lettuce, or arugula. Instead of nightshades, try red cabbage, sweet potatoes, and beets. For cruciferous vegetables, remember that light cooking is your friend. Focus on anti-inflammatory foods that actively help your joints. Fatty fish like salmon provide omega-3 fatty acids. Tart cherries contain natural pain-relieving compounds. Ginger and turmeric are powerful natural anti-inflammatories. Bone broth provides collagen and the building blocks your joints need. Helen, a 73-year-old from Florida, started having a cup of homemade bone broth every afternoon and said it was like giving her joints a daily vitamin. James, a 71-year-old retired mechanic, had severe knee pain for 3 years. He was eating spinach smoothies every morning. After switching to romaine and cucumber smoothies and roasted vegetables instead of raw ones, his pain decreased from an 8 out of 10 to a 3 out of 10 within 2 months. Dorothy, a 67-year-old from Texas, replaced her daily tomato and bell pepper salad with mixed greens, cucumber, and carrots. Combined with the turmeric drink, she went from needing help getting dressed to gardening again within 6 weeks. Here's the truth that ties everything together. Quality matters more than quantity. It's better to eat smaller amounts of vegetables that your body processes well than large amounts that trigger inflammation. Your body has been your faithful companion for 60+ years. It deserves food that nourishes and heals rather than stresses and inflames. By making these simple adjustments, you're actively supporting your body's natural healing processes. Make changes gradually. Week 1, start the turmeric drink. Week 2, make one vegetable swap. Week 3, try cooking cruciferous vegetables. Week 4, experiment with eliminating nightshades for a few days. Keep that food diary. Rate your pain levels daily. You'll start to see patterns that help you identify your personal triggers. Small, consistent changes create lasting results. Let's recap. Be aware of nightshades like tomatoes and potatoes. Limit high oxalate vegetables like spinach. Lightly cook cruciferous vegetables instead of eating them raw. Replace these with joint-friendly alternatives and start each day with a turmeric drink. You now have the power to take control of your joint health through simple food choices. It's never too late to start feeling better. Your joints have carried you through decades of life. They deserve your care now. Try just 2 of these changes for 7 days and notice how you feel. Subscribe for more gentle, science-based ways to stay strong and independent at every age. Remember, every small step toward better health is an act of self-love and hope. Your future self is already thanking you for the choices you make today. You have the knowledge, the tools, and the power to feel amazing in your own body again. Your best days aren't behind you. They're waiting for you to create them, one healthy choice at a time.